Hey guys, Dr. Prometheus here, back with another one of our Oakland Athletics franchise episodes, and we have a lot of new things that we did make. I made some trades because we have the overwhelming desire to extend Chapman and Olsen. Chapman is going to be a $31 million deal, and Olsen is going to be a $20 million deal. So I know this is a slight Moneyball franchise, and I'm going to explain how we're going to be able to afford this. So, we went ahead and made some trades of players that we should be able to afford. Right now, it's $99 million at this point. Now, yes, we have Kyle Hendricks. That's one of the trades we're going to go over. We're going to kind of go through this. So, $99 million in player salaries for this season. We brought in more for the team and revenue sharing, which is kind of divvied up to all the teams. So revenue sharing goes up. That affords us half of a salary for, I believe, Olsen. So we only pay $10 million. At that point, it becomes an easier amount to handle there. Chapman with $30 million is going to be a bit more difficult. However, Kendricks right now goes down by $3 million. So that's one big thing there. He does not go through arbitration. We have him locked in for $10 million. What we're also going to do is look to move beyond Clint Frazier. Try to do that. We got Kirk Kimbrell long term. We'll see how that ends up going through. Same thing with Chafin. Maria is a cheap deal from there. Petit will be moving on. Mark Hanna eventually will move on there. Abreu is a slight cheap deal. Luzardo's a cheap deal. And Andrew Miller's a cheap deal. We'll be dropping D. Gordon, Wendelken, and Senzel. So that's really about $10 million right there. So that affords us almost the amount of what Olsen be asking in that. So that $10 million there, or that $3 million and the 10 really equals the $20 million we can with Olsen. So we're good there. Now it's finding the money for Chapman. How we're going to do that is, well, we're going to go with a lot of minor league players. So we're going to be using a lot of minor league guys for long term. Armenteros is locked up for 3 years. So we have enough with that, and we're going to be going kind of how we're kind of stay under what the league average is. Now we're only at $99.1 million in player salary. So we're still massively under. So we're good. I think spending an extra $20 million is reasonable with that, just as long as we cut elsewhere. So I think with Chapman being able to do that, we should be fine. Plus, we will backload that contract as well, so we can kind of pass it off from there, and we'll kind of decide what we're going to do with Laureano as the time comes. So that'll help us as well. We'll backload that contract so we can get some more available budget. And that's how we'll kind of afford those ones. So let's do the contract extensions at the end of the year. And kind of see how that is, because they are both in free agency at the end of the year. So that's one thing we'll kind of worry about. We're not really going to extend any of these guys from here at this point. So now into some trades that we did make. Now the completed transactions here. If you remember, Kyle Hendricks was traded over from the Cubs to the Blue Jays. And the Blue Jays sent Bo Bichette over to the Cubs. We go ahead and take Kyle Hendricks off, so it's a larger contract. We send over Corey Kluber, Vidal Brujan, and Jose Martinez. They needed someone to play right field and really be a guy that's all over the place. Plus, Vidal actually gives them some depth within their infield. with a good potential, and we get Kyle Hendricks with a bigger contract at that. Pretty much equaled out. We sent to the Cubs Jordan Montgomery. At this point, I think that Montgomery and really the Yankees swindled us out of probably some good prospects, but we took a chance. We send him over to the Cubs since they have a pitching gap after trading Kyle Hendricks. And we get Adbert Alzolay and Robert Stock. Stock, another bullpen arm that we could use. And because we got Stock and Adalbert, who will be starting, we went ahead and also traded Gieselman in a deal as well with the Cubs, straight up for Aramis Edelman. So with them trading for Bo Bichette for at shortstop, they didn't really have much need for Aramis Edelman, and so we get some more depth in the infield. So we move some guys up. We'll see the rookie Carlos Cosmos up to the majors for spring training. Same thing with Edelman. We signed Hendricks to a 4-year, $53 million deal that makes it a 10-year, just about 10 years some change. Same thing with Azale. We get him to a cheap deal, about $1.25 million a year. Gonsalves, same thing, about 1.3 or so. And then Passan, we signed him to a about $1.25 million deal on that. We lock him up for 3 years. That's all it is with that. And in that, we actually come up with a better rotation. So it'll be Hendricks, Sean Manaea, be our second, Jesus Luzardo, Adalbert Alzolay, and Dylan Cease. And the bullpen will end up going probably with Kopech, Nelson Koo, Petit, Miller, Wendelken, Kimbrel, Chafin, and Sir Anthony Dominguez will probably be our bullpen guys there. But we have everyone else up because it is spring training. And maybe some Robert Stock. Maybe we'll send Stock down. I don't know. If we send Stock down, then that means the man out is probably Nelson Koo, and Koo goes down. Which, at 23 years old, I think he can use a year or so down there. And then once we're able to, maybe we'll actually change around, because I don't think Stock had a decent ERA. It's a decent amount of innings as well. So did Chafin. Chafin had a great ERA, though. Kimbrel, same thing. Decent ERA. Wendelken was a 3.10. Miller was a 3.11. There's a 2.51. So, I mean, there's a decent one there, but we do need a long reliever, and it will be Kopech at this point. So that'll be what we're looking at there. In the lineup, doesn't really change much. We're going to have Abreu at DH when we have a DH. And we're going to put Matt Olson out in right field. He does have a secondary position out in right, although he doesn't have the strongest arm. So I don't know about actually throwing people out at third. However, getting Abreu out in first would be just amazing with that. So every day he'll either be first base or DHing from there. He brings a good dynamic to our offense, and I do like that. Even though at 36 years old, Nelson Cruz did a great job before retiring, and I think Abreu could be that guy as well. Just about 3 or 4 seasons off an MVP season, so adding him was a great one. So we do have some spring training games. So for spring training, I am going to player lock at this point. We'll see a little bit of Hendricks. We'll see a little bit of Abreu, things like that. But I want to see Hendricks first. And Hendricks had a stellar season last year. I think he was up there in the Cy Young in the NL before being traded over to Toronto. Had about a 3.2 or so. So, pretty good ERA.
And now, your 2023 Oakland Athletics.
And I think this is a good trade to up our pitching staff and get the younger parts of our pitching staff up. You can see here, 2.19 ERA, 18-3. That was the biggest thing we were looking at. Someone with a good record. And being on the Cubs and then Toronto with the Blue Jays, I think it was a great, great move to go ahead and sign it. So, to go ahead and trade for him. And the fact that we dumped Kluber in a contract is just about the same for a guy like Kendricks, who is both younger and a more proven prospect at this point in his career, is great. So that's going to be a good job there, and we're not going to get a lot of flashy stuff from Kendricks, but we will get some good pitching, and we will get a lot of ground balls. So. Like I said, a lot of ground balls. I think the strike out pitch for Hendricks is typically his changeup. Being more familiar with him is actually fun with that. You see Mookie Betts out here with the Dodgers. That's out in center and caught. Oh, it's actually missed. Laureano actually missed that ball. Good four seam there. We get him with the sinker.
2 balls, 2 strikes.
Ah.
Full count. Hey, come on now, guys.
What is going on? Trying to look flashy out here instead of actually making the easy plays.
That's a ball.
The catcher, Will Smith.
Aye. Two balls, 1 strike. The count.
Step on the base. Dueling against Walker Buehler. He was 15-6.
Leading off for the Dodgers, the second baseman, Jose Altuve.
That's out.
We can get something here.
The first baseman, Max Muncy.
We completely hung that. What an arm by Laureano at center. So even if I don't exactly like the fact that he's not hitting very well, Laureano with that cannon. Wow.
He's out.
Okay.
Got him.
Casey.
All right.
Leading off for the Dodgers, the shortstop,
Nope, that's a ball.
Castro.
Aye.
Let's go, baby. Let's go. There it is. The changeup.
The batter, number 3, designated hitter, Yandy Diaz.
1-0.
That was a little hung up there, but
Here we go, guys. Let's go.
what
Oh,
a
that's out.
curveball.
One out. One out.
Three balls, two
Come on,
strikes.
Blue. You know that was a strike. Be fielded out and left. All right, and Spooky Bets is probably,
The right fielder,
I think,
Mookie.
in this portion we only play maybe 3 or 4 innings to start. So
The count's 1-1.
Here we go now. Let's go.
hung nap, that should be playable on left easily. The Hendricks out here doing some work.
Attention, please.
And Chamonix will come in and replace him.
Number 55, Sean.
And so at this point, let's go to our
That's ball 4.
manage.
He's out. 3 out. You're out. 3 out.
We'll just skip. It kind of puts it in the manager's head. It's a Hendricks win. Easy Hendricks win. You get to see a little showcase of him. Let's look at player lock of a couple games of Jose Abreu, who's playing DH in this one. Going up against, who's pitching here today? This is the Reds, so we'll see Manea come out here. He pitched 1 inning the other day, getting a 2-run shot through,
Ball 4. Takes it in.
and we even it up. But here is the man, the myth, the legend, Jose Abreu.
The designated hitter, Jose Abreu.
The choppy one, trying to get it, and he will run it out at least. A little bit crazy seeing a DH that can actually run than having Nelly Cruz.
The center fielder, Number 22.
He's going, he's going. Hey, nice win, nice beat.
Nope, too late.
A good single there.
Nice hit.
Batting 7. No left fielder. Mark. And out.
He's out.
The next bat. Brayu, at the bottom of the third.
Leading off for the A's, the designated hitter, Jose
Ooh,
Abreu.
Abreu is going to give us some great power in this lineup. I'm loving this signing right now. Jesus.
1-1.
And he can actually put some, he can get on his horse. He's about 4 times faster than Nelson Cruz at least. That was just a good slurve.
It's 1 and 2.
Hey, need you right here, one time.
Away.
I got to count 2 and 2.
What a nice slurve. Okay, Abreu, the man on second.
Designated hitter, Jose Abreu.
Counts 1 and 0.
That's going against Castillo.
Here you go, baby. Find a good pitch.
Good fastball. I'm not going to swing at that.
Two balls, 1 strike.
Wait for a good one. Drive it, kid.
That's away.
Ball 4, that pitch is out.
Now batting, number 22.
All right, bases loaded against Julio Teheran.
Now batting, the designated hitter, Jose Abreu.
Hey, let her rip, let her rip.
Ah,
Ladies and gentlemen, your attention please. Pinch hitting for the Athletics.
Three. He's safe.
Here now is
do another player lock with Jose Abreu. This time he's playing first base, and out and right will be Matt Olson. Going up against the Brewers, we're going to see Corbin Burns.
3. 3. You're out. Out. Out.
the Athletics. The first baseman, Jose Abreu.
Inside?
Inside, ball one.
Good eye, good eye.
I just missed it.
It's 1 and 2.
Your pitch right here. Let's go, kid.
Ball 4, take the base. That's ball 4. You're out. He's out. Out.
Long inning there.
Batting ninth, the pitcher, Corbin.
He's out. You're out. Out. 3.
Now batting, the first baseman, Jose
Ball,
Abreu.
that's in.
Come on, baby. See it.
I got 1 ball, 1 strike.
Hey, get your pitch and drive it right here.
What a great pitch. What a great pitch. Oh, wow. That's another great pitch.
Out.
The batter, the first baseman, Jose Abreu.
1 0.
What a hit.
Your attention, please. Pinch hitting for the Athletics.
Ball 4, take your base.
The final.
So pretty decent. So we'll keep him active for a day or two. So here's Adalbert. We'll see him. We're going up against Ennio Sensatella in the Rockies.
You're out. Out.
Okay. I don't know who hit that home run, but alright. I'll take it. So against Tapia.
Leading off for the Rockies, the center fielder, Raimel Tapia.
Here we go now. Let's go.
Hey.
Good play there. Abreu is playing first today. Chapman's out and right. Or Olson's out and right. My bad.
Batting second, the second baseman, number 1.
Trevor Story's still on Colorado. They have not traded him.
Trevor Story.
Blackman as well.
For the Rockies, the right fielder, Charlie Blackman.
0-1's the count. Yep, that ball went out. Got it.
Batting fifth, the first baseman,
What a shot. That's gone. Oh, that's going to stay in.
I'm out. Round goes over.
batting sixth, the third baseman,
0-1.
Justin Turner.
I got the count 1 and 2.
Got him. Good slider.
Batting seventh, the catcher, number 7.
Get your pin. Drive it.
Okay, here's a Dalbert.
The
This
pitcher,
is National League, so we do get to bat.
Ball, that's in.
Or Adbert. My bad. Not a Delbert. Adbert.
1 ball, 1 strike. One ball, 2 strikes to count.
leading off for the Rockies, the
No,
left
that's
fielder,
low.
Casey Golden.
Yep, I'm going to like our change to the bottom. But well, to the top and the middle part of our rotation.
Batting ninth, the pitcher, Antonio Senzatella.
Oh, 2 is the count.
Up next for Colorado, the center fielder, Primal
Ball 1, no strike.
Tapia.
Hey, come on now. Come on.
And here's Abreu at first.
He's out.
Ladies and gentlemen, your attention please. Now pitching for Oakland.
He's out. Ball 4, take your base.
The final.
Okay, let's see a little bit. Wow, really? Let's kind of go to the end of spring training. I saw the players that I did want to display. I don't want to have spring training be all that long. Okay, spring training has come to an end. Let's look at it. The most RBIs. Olsen and Chapman and Canna. Most home runs, Olsen, Herrera. Most stolen base, Castilla. Oriano's in there. Best batting average, looks like Mark Canna. Okay. Mackenzie Thurston, okay. 25 games. He is going to be at the majors. We intend him to be up here. Castilla, finally batting decently. Okay. For pitchers, Hendricks went 2-1. Manea went 2-2. Saves 7 by Dominguez. Kimball has 1. Hendricks has the most strikeouts. Wow, okay. Best ERA. Okay. Andrew Miller again. Petit, Manea. Okay. Okay. So let's look at this. Okay, Kimbrel. Sanchez, okay, that's good. Abreu. Why wouldn't I want Armenteros at the majors? That's weird. Well, I'm going to do it. I'm going to designate him for assignment. I think. Oh, he does have minor league options, though. There's that. Because at the end of the day, I want to bring up Kopach at this point. Designate him for assignment. We'll end up probably trading him. He's going to come up to the MLB. We do want to there. We're good here. We might actually end up trading a couple more players. Now that I'm thinking about it. Aramis has to be at the minors. He needs to get that hitting better. Armenteros, I want him up there. Same thing with Castilla. It might be time to trade. Maybe D. Gordon. And keep these two. Because it becomes a... I would love to have... Because Ironman's up here, he can play those. I would like to pull up though Thurston. I'll leave Thurston down at double A, actually, or triple A. So that's fine. So at the end of the day, I do want to... I do want to get one more person designated. You're both up. You're on the 40-man roster. So are you. Guess we have some issues. Salvas is on there. Let's add. This might be a little bit silly, but I'm going to do it anyway. I'm going to add Paxton. In case we have anything crazy. Okay, and there is probably one more spot open. Ever Cruz. Okay, so actually the 40-man roster is set. I'll worry about AAA, but at this point, I think we're going to end up probably trading Sensel. I like the fact that we had him for a little bit, but he batting 213. I like D. Gordon more. We have some younger guys as well. I think I'm going to end up trading him to start the season. So ultimately, I'm going to look at prospects. I'm going to look for some lower end prospects for our minor league teams. This could be a good one right here. Center field, starting pitcher. We get a starting pitcher down for double A. We get third baseman. Maybe the Rays there. Don't want anyone higher rated at all. Freeman's probably too much. Let's say you're gonna give me Wilson Contreras, but no, that's William Contreras. Ooh, well, let's lose Garcia. We're good there. Rafael Marchand, Eric Miller. That could be helpful. Not immediately helpful and wouldn't be bad. Actually, take that one. Because it's not like overly crazy by any means. This is a good one right here, Matsui. So we're going to take that one. So we have finally evened out. We're going to look at our pitching rotation. It's going to be Hendricks, Minea, Luzardo, Adbert, and Dylan Cease. Kopech will be the long reliever. Chafin, Miller, and Petit will be in the middle of relief. I'm going to have Craig Kremble be the only one that's a setup guy. And Dominguez is, of course, going to be the one closing at this point. Cannon, untouchable, cheese, pressure cooker. So I do want to go with this. Probably the best bet here. So that's pretty good. For the lineup at the majors, we're going to start with Castilla in left. Right, of course, Clint Frazier. This is pretty much what we're going to do here. Nothing crazy at this point. Abreu there. When we are in our non-DH set, gonna have Matt Olson play first. Frazier is going to play left. Castilla is going to come out. That's how we're going to do it with that. Paulson's going to go here. Oriana's going to be here. Abreu's going to bat 5. We're going to DH again. Abreu's there. Mark Canna's going to step into left field. Let's put Canna right here then. Okay. Abreu's going to be here. I don't want Matt Olson ever being out of the lineup. Here we'll have Frazier bat second. Have that. And that's how we're kind of go. For the foreseeable future, we have Santos Sanchez up. In case we do need some backup for Sean Murphy. As for the prospects for the season, looking through, Matthew Thompson. I think that's a guy we traded over to the White Sox. They Stump still up here. Jeremy Ironman, who's at the MLB now. Kind of see how he does up at the show. Thought he did pretty decent. Martin Couleur, which is going to be down at AAA to start with. We go down there. Looking at people. Ramus Edelman's down here as well. Another guy that's needs to work on his hitting, but he's going to be at AAA. No one that we traded away, oddly enough, is up there besides maybe Matthew Thompson, but we have some prospects over there. Up here, we traded for a couple to get some good guys, some good farm system guys in here. And at this point, we start with Cleveland. So that's going to be a fun matchup here. Hendricks against Bieber. Then we go into, wow, we have a very, very difficult starting schedule. So we go from Cleveland to the Yankees to Boston and to the Rangers. Wow, it's some crazy difficult games, but then we go into Toronto, then the Angels, then the Dodgers. So, I mean, this is going to be a very difficult season, I think. But that's just the nature of this division. But we start off with one of the best pitchers in the game, Hendricks. What I'm going to do is I'm going to do the rest of it of AA and AAA and set up how I want it. As well as kind of setting up the roster and whoever I want down at AA, AAA. We'll kind of move that around. And I'll kind of quickly go through it next episode. So thank you all for joining me, guys. Don't forget to leave a like below, comment, and subscribe. In the next one, we will start year 3 with Kyle Hendricks on the mound. Later, guys.